If you are in one of the few places that have Asian markets, cooking Korean food outside of Korea is no big deal.
But if you're like me, who's in a rural side of a Western country, it's a little bit complicated.
None of this is right. The eggplant is not the right size, this soy sauce is not from the right country, but this aisle
This aisle is the real problem.
You cannot eat Korean food without rice. All foods are meant to be eaten with rice. Let me repeat that. All food needs rice. I tried multiple grocery store chains and in everything I could find, they only had basmati.
So I took 30 minutes to buy the sushi rice. It's here. You can do it as well. Figure it out. It's the internet era.
I realized it was really hard to make Korean food without all of these ingredients. So I'm left with tang! Tang is the greatest because it requires no skill and you only need one ingredient.
Getting the right cut of meat is really tricky because people actually butcher the cow in different ways. So if you're looking for something like a brisket, you might look it up online and go, oh, that's yanjimori, easy peasy. But then when you go to the grocery store, it's not actually the same cut. Different cut, different part of the cow, different name. Just start thinking them as two separate ideas in your head. The only thing that you will find that's exactly the same is 꼬리 or oxtail. Oxtail is basically the same in Western cooking and in Eastern cooking, so that's nice.
I've been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay lately, so today I'm making slow-cooked Korean-style oxtail soup. It's perfect Korean comfort food. Soak the oxtail to remove blood and impurities, changing the water every few hours. Boil. Cover your oxtail with cold water. Boil it for 4 hours. Discard. Refrigerating overnight will make it easier to remove the impurity. You need to get rid of all that yellow scum to make crystal clear, bright, vibrant broth. Water. Put your broth back in the heat and add more water. Simmer. Simmer on low heat covered, 16 to 24 hours. You need time to concentrate the flavor and create truly decadent broth. Serve. Finish with spring onions. It adds a layer of freshness and brightness that cuts through richness of the soup. No Korean soup is complete without steaming white rice. Some people seem to overcomplicate things with exact ratios and special tools. It could be simpler. For example,
Don't have a rice cooker? It's fine. The only thing you need is your hand and a pot with a lid and some water. First, wash your rice. Yes, you have to wash your rice. People say you have to wash it until it's like the water is clear. But some people argue the good nutrition kind of washes out if you wash it too much. So I would say 2 to 3 times. Second, hand is your measuring tool. Fill some water. You put your hands inside top of your rice. 1 cup is pretty much this. 2 cups, it's a little bit like this. So you might want to like not the knuckle, but a little to the knuckle. That's the right amount. Third, this is something you have to measure. Put it for a high heat for 5 minutes. It can't be over 5 minutes. It has to be like 5 minutes, and then you bring it down to like simmer. Put it in low heat for 15 minutes. Don't look inside the rice if it's doing its job. And then turn it off, set it for 5 minutes, and then your rice is pretty much ready. This is how you make a rice without a rice cooker. Pretty easy, huh?
something is missing. Oh, kimchi is pain in the ass to make. For oxtail soup, usually we eat gakdugi, but I won't be able to make that. Don't be disappointed though! I can make this kind of light summer kimchi that also tastes good. I asked my mom to give me the recipe for this, but it was the vaguest recipe I've ever seen. So it's gonna be a gamble, people. From my experience, this is the cabbage you want. You don't want this one, you want this one. See? Ideal for Asian recipe, says it on the package even. The first step, I've done it before, so I'm pretty sure how to do it. Put some sea salt, a very generous amount, all of the cabbages, and set it aside for an hour. Now I'm mixing flour and water on the stove. I'm not even entirely sure what this is for, but she says I have to make one and to make it watery. Make something like this, let it cool. After an hour, check your cabbages. They're gonna be crunchy and defeated looking like these. Rinse them off and chop it like this. Next is green onions. Not sure how much. The recipe literally said green onions. Garlic is in there somewhere with some onions and peppers. 1 pepper? 2 peppers? I don't know. Let's just put all 4 in. Okay, pour in the water. You don't want the cabbage to be diving. You want them all to dipping their toes in. So kind of like this much, I think. That flour thing we made. I don't know how much. Some. Do a little swirl. Yeah, that much. Great, awesome. Mix it. Done. God damn it, that ginger. My mom says use a little. Oh yeah, you need salt. I don't know how much. Enough to season, otherwise it will taste just like a raw cabbage. I'm afraid I can't guarantee the actual taste of this. It might just be a salty cabbage. Who knows? Please forward all complaints to my mom. Leave it somewhere cool for 24 hours and then... That's better.